No, not yet.
Okay, live too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, it's live now. Yeah.
Are we on live now?
Yeah, we are on now.
No, I don't see it in my page.
It's delayed for a second.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems it delays for a second. Right. So we're going to count 60, 55, right? 59 to 58. Okay.
Okay, what you can see that?
Wait,
Now
let
it's live.
people
Yeah.
see. Wait, let people
Yeah.
see. No, I still don't have. Hang on. Maybe it's coming. All right.
Yeah, it's so.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Delayed a little bit. Good. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is a weekend. Is Josephine around talking to you? So if you like me, please stay with me for the next 30 minutes. If you don't like me, you can go on to another window. But I know you like me, right? Okay, I'm going to share this onto my own right post. Okay, so here we are. Here we are because I need my guest to share my post too, huh? Okay. Uh, I hope Aileen gets to see what we have here. Yes. Today it's what's the date today? 25th, right? T?
Malaysia or France?
Malaysia.
Malaysia,
France
26.
is also 25th today. Now, thank you very much to T,
26,
my
yeah.
colleague again, for helping me to go on a live stream almost every week. I say almost every week. Now, Josephine is a person who do not, I'm not a person who conform to any regulation. When I like something, I do it. When I don't like something, I just abandon it. So as and when you know, I plan something, you will get to know it, right? Now, I think the last one we had was with Jacqueline Whitmer and Susan Bixby. Both of them are very good friends and they stay very close to each other. So this week, I was trying to get another two good friends, Aileen Lane, who I met her about 10 years ago in Singapore when I was very much a new member at that time with AICI called South Asia chapter, something like that, right? So Eileen was one of the VPs, and that's where I know Denise. Now Denise has gone back to New Zealand, and Eileen has left Singapore for France, and she's residing in south of France right now. So I was trying to get two ladies together, but it was quite impossible as I am right in the middle of two continents. One is in Europe, one is down under, and I'm right in the middle. So then we decided to say, why don't we split? And it will be good over one weekend, except I have to get my producer and my colleague T, who has to work over the weekend for us. I hope asking her husband gives me the leisure time for the wife to help us to do this. So we're going to stay with you for another about 30 minutes. There were people ask me, some people asked me, and they said, Joe, of course, my good friends call me Joe. By the way, I'm Josephine, the principal and chief image instructor, or now I call T. I want my small window, T.
You want me to be that?
Right.
Okay.
Now
You
I
want
do
me to be
realize
that?
I was like, how we work from home, we have little corners, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So Josephine, yeah, I am the image educator of First Image Training, where graduates comes to my academy to get their international certificate in image consulting. Yeah, and I believe on a triple triple win, what you call that, a triple win result in that sense. because I don't only promote myself. It is so important to give a bit of some time for associates of mine or people who are really global gurus. Not every one of you might know them. So this is a good time for them to have the presence. And at the same time, of course, I do have my own little presence, and you get to know more about Josephine. And more important is you as the person watching us. As we talk to so many global gurus around, I'm sure you will pick up a secret or two. And this is really the right time. We are in the middle of a pandemic. So how can we motivate each other? How can we make use of this time and that we can hold hands together? So this is one way I felt it's good to get in touch with so many gurus that I know. Let's come together, have a little chat, get to know each other better, and we ourselves can explore and expand our own knowledge. Is that okay? So if it is right, I'm going to bring in Aileen. I'm so happy to have Aileen with us today. Shall we have Aileen? Aileen Lane right now resides in the south of France. Hi, Aileen. I really love your backdrop. Is that a teal color in your backdrop, Aileen?
Hi, Joe, and thanks so much for having me on. Actually, that's one of my best colors, Joe. That's why I have it behind me. So even on my bad days, I'm wearing the right color if it's in the wall behind me. Thank you so much, Joe, for inviting me on. I'm thrilled to be here. Going back really to my original roots when I knew you all in Singapore all those years ago, back around 2006, 2007. So it's like it's gone full circle and I'm back again with you guys, which I absolutely love. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be on here today.
I have to thank you too for your time today. It's a weekend. I'm sure you have your kids, you know how busy it is. For you to give us a good 30 to 40 minutes. Thank you so much, Aileen, to be with us today.
I have locked the door, Josephine. Hopefully the kids will stay outside.
It's okay because we take it as a very casual chat, even though they are barking. My band is sleeping, just a few feet away from me. He wouldn't bark until he see the garbage man anyway. So Aileen, right now you reside in the south of France. Can you tell us something? Now, I know as Aileen, she is a business coach. She's a business coach focused on image consultant. I'm sure because how many years are you in this business, Aileen?
So I actually opened the doors to my business in Singapore in 2006, March 2006. So basically I've been an image consultant since then. Recently, in the past several years, I have been a business coach.
I think the connection isn't very. Yes. We are sorry if there's a little delay. There's a little delay or the connection might not be very good. I'm sorry, Aileen, you may have to repeat.
So I'm in the business of image consultants since 2006 when I opened my office in Singapore all those years ago. And more recently, I'm a big business coach to image consultants and personal stylists. So helping them get online, helping them to get clients basically and have a profitable business.
So, Aileen, we are right now in the middle of a pandemic. Now, in Asia is pretty different. We are here more of, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and Southeast Asia. What about in France? Can you tell me something about, we want to hear from real people rather than from, the social media. How is the situation in France?
So I actually spent the summer in Ireland because I often go back to my home country for the summer, and I'm back in France about 3 weeks. the situation here is the kids have gone back to school, which is good, excellent. And there are cases of COVID for sure in the region. But because the hospitals aren't overwhelmed now, it's kind of gone back to business as normal. But people are required to wear a mask. People are required, there's no congregations, big congregations of people. But business has continued basically here. COVID didn't impact my business that much because I work like 100% online.
Wow.
That's one of the things I was forced to do when I moved here to the south of France because I don't really have the local language. So one of the things I did almost immediately after restarting my business here was to get online.
Now, Clement Lee is a very handsome guy around here. He asks, is Aileen from Ireland?
I like handsome guy.
Oh, yes. Yes, Aileen is from Ireland. Now, those were the days, for me, I was from Chanel and I used to go France almost, actually, it's every year. And the very first word we often, you have to learn when you go to France is bonjour, comment allez-vous? These are the same few words that we need to know. And all of us are really missing our traveling days. Those days is like in France, yes, it's good to visit the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe, and of course, you will wish to go to the most luxury shopping, what do you call it, Champs-Élysées? Yeah, but we want to learn some French. And
well, you probably won't learn it from me, Josephine. I don't have very good French. It's one of the reasons that I had to go online to be able to get clients.
Yes. Now tell us something about how you go online. We love to learn about that. Like for me, I'm almost 100% face-to-face. So I'm in a way also forced to go online. But I'm someone whom I like to feel, touch, and see before I make the next leap. So now when it comes to online, it's a totally different game altogether. So like I just heard from you now, COVID did not affect your business because you are going online. So how do you sustain this situation in ever since the pandemic sets in?
So basically what happened, Josephine, is I ended up going online before COVID even hit because I was forced online for another reason. I moved here to a small village in the south of France. I couldn't really get any clients locally because I didn't speak the language and there isn't a large English-speaking population. So I realized...
Sorry. Oh, I'm going to say hello to Aileen. These are my graduates. Now, girls, if we forget to say hello to you, we will do so after the whole show. Aileen, when did you move to France?
So I moved to France in December 2017 after spending 18 years in Singapore. So basically all the business that I had built up there, I lost it all when I moved to the south of France. So I was kind of forced to go online. I had no alternative if I wanted to work as an image consultant. So that's kind of what forced me to go online. And I started with color. I started with color. And like a lot of people out there, I was rather skeptical about color working online, because I had been trained traditionally like everyone else. I had done color analysis face to face with people. So I was as skeptical as anyone else, and it took me a while to master it, to get it right, trial and error. Some things worked, some things didn't work. And that's really how I ended up going online. And nearly immediately I could see that it was very positive. I could see that I could help people, that I could get them the transformation that they wanted, all from the comfort of their own home.
Okay, Aileen, when you say you go online, meaning people pay you to go to do an online consultation. Are you saying that?
Correct.
So you are teaching students online?
So now I teach other image consultants how to do that, but I actually started out as an image consultant providing this service online. And I had it working and operational before I taught other image consultants how to do it. Because actually years ago in Singapore, I trained a lot of consultants to do color analysis in-house. So I kind of had the training background. So then I decided that, you know, I had this amazing ability now to service people everywhere in the world. So I decided to go and train other consultants to do the same.
I mean, for me, all of us are doing the same kind of work, right?
Yeah.
So that is why another person actually secretly, she asked me and she said, Joe, why are you inviting other image gurus on your same platform? I say, why not? Because we come from different countries, we have different cultures, and even if we have students, students must also have the synergy with the teacher, right? So when you like this particular teacher, you set into a system, it's totally different. And even my students, after they graduate from my school, I say, look, what you have learned is only foundation, right? You cannot be learning too much. Foundation is already so mind-boggling in that whole intensive 8 days. And after that, give yourself time frame while you revisit your studies. You keep on practicing, but at the same time, keep a lookout at other global gurus, and you can learn from them. And I have no doubts and I have no qualms recommending my students, my graduates, which region you like to be with. If you like to go Australia, I know who are the good teachers in Australia. If you're in Europe, then these are the good teachers, you know. So we are all in the same business. It's just that the way we teach, maybe the system is different, but the results, it's definitely the same. What we teach is the same. Yeah. So Aileen, I'm a little bit, I want to know a little bit, like I just mentioned, we started from image consultants, and then over the years, I took 5 years to really learn from so many international gurus. 5 years it took me before I start my own certification academy. Then I did not thought about business coach. There are a lot of business coach everywhere. In fact, you know, when they know, hey, you know, you are new in business, would you need a coach to help you in your business? You know, the thing is, Aileen, it's just like writing a website. When I say I want to write a website, I engage a few website people who are very good in copywriting. They want to write website, but they just don't understand our business. So at the end of the day, my entire website, every single word I wrote myself, because it's from my heart. It's from how I'm going to teach. It's the whole, you have to understand your own business. So when a business coach approached me and said, Joe, I think you need coaching from me. I'm a business coach. So how much do you know about image consulting? They don't even understand. Some of them, I mean, I'm not saying all, but some of them, it is so important for us to progress our own, business. And what's better to go through an image coach who is an image guru. So Aileen, tell us something a little bit about your profile as a business coach to image consultants.
Right. So Josephine, I started out as green as grass. You know, I trained back in 2004. I did my original color training with Bernice Kintner, a very amazing lady who had the Color Me a Season system in the US.
Is it in the US? Okay.
And then I did my style training with Joyce Knudsen of The Image Maker. So a very long time ago, Joyce. And when I started my business, those early years were so difficult. I learned all the technical skills around color and around style, but I had no business savvy whatsoever. And I struggled in those early years to get clients. I really, really did. And what I noticed is when I started training image consultants to do online color analysis, they also struggle to get clients. So they could learn the technical skills of doing color analysis, and they could do it online, but they really, really struggled then with the business side of things, getting clients online, which is another set of skills. And it's a continuous journey, Josephine, just like what you were saying. You can't learn everything. So one of my requirements when people come into my courses are that they are already trained in color and style. They have a good foundation, and then I take them to the next level. But it's so difficult to, learn everything immediately. It takes years, it took me years. So, I joined the ICI where I met you. I got the first level of certification. I got the second level of certification. I'm CIP basically, but, I still didn't really have a lot of business smarts. And it took me taking a break from my business for a period of time and working with my husband in his business to learn a lot of the business skills that were required. So when I restarted my business, the focus was very much on helping other image consultants to get through that whole, I can't get clients much faster, because I've kind of been there, done that. I know the pain, I know the fears, and I know the path forward now. So that's really what I do with personal stylists. I help them to become businesswomen first and image consultants second. You need to be a businesswoman if you're going to make a profit in your business. And oftentimes that's not understood by image consultants when they're starting out. Of course, we all want to do the nice stuff all day long, but the reality is you have to promote your business, be visible, and get clients as well to stay in business.
And how you get back your investment, because you could have invested a lot of money to get your a new skill set. So how many years, Aileen, you feel that they should actually get back their investment?
Well, I'm very much of the belief that any of the courses I sell, I want to see a return within a couple of months. They need, my focus is very much on getting them out there, getting them working, and providing the support then to them once they get those clients. So oftentimes the difficulty is fear. So there's a lot of fear around getting those first clients. There's a fear that they won't be able to do what's required to be done. But so I put a lot of focus on the support so that they start getting clients immediately. So for instance, my online color, my unstoppable style, any of my programs, the initial focus is start promoting that you can provide this service. And if you get a client, I'm there to help support you.
Okay, so yeah, I could understand the big word fear here. Now, not many new image consultants, they can overcome this fear. Aileen, can you give us one or two challenges from the image consultants whom have you coach? What are the common fear that they have? I heard you say that they cannot get the first client, right? What other challenges would you tell us this new image consultants face? And perhaps you give us one or two advices. How can they solve or rather overcome this fear?
Right.
Myself. I mean, I had a story when I first started. I was in pneumonia. That is why I always tell people today, don't be fearful, because once you fear, a lot of things doesn't come back. For me, it was my health. Yes.
So I would say, yeah, it's all about fear, Josephine, first of all. And my thing is not to not feel the fear, because if you're human, you're going to feel the fear. Everyone has fear, and it's normal part of being human. But what I say is you need to feel the fear and do it anyway, because you have to start, you have to take that first step. So a lot of the image consultants that come to me now, their big thing at the moment is they're afraid to go online. They're afraid to go online they're afraid to offer their services online, even though they're very good image consultants.
Why are they afraid to go online? What are the trepidatious?
So it's like the fear of being seen. Maybe they feel that, they don't have the right accent, they don't have the right look. Their family will see them. Their neighbor up the road will see them. I know all these fears very well. I'm sure you do too, Josephine.
Yes.
The fear of being seen. It's a different platform. So, we just about mastered standing up in front of a room and doing a color demonstration. And now we're required to go online and show ourselves online and see ourselves and hear ourselves online. So that's one of the fears. But the other fear is technology. People are afraid of the technology, especially consultants who, haven't had to use technology. So I have many consultants who are highly qualified, who are fabulous color and style consultants, but they struggle with the technology. So they struggle with, creating, a meeting and being able to put the slides up, being able to translate the information to their clients through, a Zoom call, etc. So they're the big challenges. And then, of course, getting clients online is very different to getting clients, when you can go to a networking event. So now the networking events are online. The skills required to get clients online are different. So there's all these new frontiers.
So what would be your advice for people who fear technology?
First of all, I would say that the amount of technology required is very small. So oftentimes the fear is in your head. If you can have a Zoom call with somebody, you can run an online, or you can run an online color or a style consultation. That's really as much as you need to be able to run a Zoom call. So first of all is, tackle the idea that it's overwhelming. It's not actually as overwhelming as you think. You basically need to be able to use Zoom. Definitely as part of my courses, I show you exactly, press this and press this and press this. Okay. It's not that difficult. And once you have the first 1 or 2 sessions done, it becomes easier and easier and easier.
I would get my sister first, and then
yes. I have to practice with your friends, practice with your family, practice with your dog, whoever, but you have to take action. You have to take action and do something.
I see. Aileen, I am embarking on an online course. So, but for a face-to-face color system, we have a lot. So the first thing I saw was, hey, Aileen has a new digital. Do you call that a digital? Can you tell us how do you work on this digital color? What do you call that? Your color system. How can we utilize this color system for our clients or for our students?
Right. So basically, when I started doing online color analysis, Josephine, I couldn't find any digital drapes or digital color swatches. Right. So one of the first things I did was created these. So I've created a set of seasonal digital drapes and tonal digital drapes. And then I also developed a set of seasonal and tonal digital palettes. So these then can be sent to the client online. Because there was many image consultants out there who just needed the tools. They didn't need the actual training. Sometimes they need the training and the tools. Sometimes they just need the tools. So I provide both, but the tools are available separately. And I know that he's going to put a link in there into
to your website. Do we have to get into your website to?
Yeah, you can just access them and actually buy them direct from my website. I have a digital drape starter pack, which is a great place to start because basically everything you need to get started is in there. And it is very cost effective, so it's a great way to get started. So I just see the link going into the group there now. And also, actually, Josephine, I provide a 3-part training a free 3-part training, and in the starter pack, there's training as well. So if you feel very confident with color analysis, either after you've done Josephine's course or you're about to do her course, then this would be the next step in terms of going digital or going online.
And these are specifically for doing image consultation online, right?
Yes, they're specifically for online color analysis, whether you're using the 4 seasons or six tones.
You just mentioned starter pack. What do I get in the starter pack?
Oh, good question, Josephine. I have to think. There's training and how to use the drapes in there for sure. There's a cheat sheet, as far as I can remember, a little cheat sheet to help you figure out what the seasons are. There's several different things in there. If you click on the link, you will see everything. Everything is very transparent, but they're all kind of to help you kind of get going online.
Okay, so there are 3 different sets, right? Did you say there are 2 different sets or one starter kit? And
there's one starter kit for the digital drapes, and then the digital palettes can be bought separately.
Oh, right.
Some people still send out, the physical to their site after the online. I like to send the digital palette, but initially, if you were starting, you could just start by sending the physical one and then later send the digital one. It's quite nice to be able to open the digital palettes on your phone.
Okay, I really have to go a bit of a study, because we do have a group of, graduates who might also be quite interested in that. Now, because we promised only Aileen for half an hour. Now, with my last question to Aileen, we are all image consultants, As a teacher, I used to tell them, when I first started, I had very difficult clients, especially when we talk about color, Some will say, hey, I went to another image consultant. She tell me I'm winter. How come you tell me I'm, whatever it is? And then, we train our eyes to look at colors. What is teal? Teal is an autumn color, but a teal can have more blue or more yellow. It all depends. Yes. So, Aileen, tell me, can you just tell us 1 or 2 challenges of a very difficult client that you have, maybe just one, and how did you manage to make that client to your side? Right. One of the fear of new image consultants, because they're not competent enough. And when a client has objections with them, how come you tell me this and the other tell me that? And it's they do not know how to answer. So they are not, in a way, I say competent enough, right? They do not know how to parry with the words. We are all quite seasoned in that sense, yeah? So they may hear from me, but we will love to hear from you. How did you manage to bring that client to your side, a client who have given you objections? I'm sure we all have. Even the best teacher will have a difficult client.
For sure. So I've had many of them. And the funny thing is, Josephine, you often attract them early in your career. Because you might nearly sense your peers. They sense that you're not confident in what you're providing. So oftentimes they show their head in the early years. And, I've had my share of difficult clients for sure. What I have learned, Josephine, is number 1, there's clues to identifying these clients up front. You always check to see, have you had your colors done before? Were you happy? Why weren't you happy? Were you provided with something? Can you show me with what you've been provided with so I can work with that or see where the problem was? So what I would focus on with a difficult client is listen. Get as much information as you possibly can from them up front. oftentimes it's not anything to do with the colors or the style, or it's something deeper. There's a problem. Maybe they feel that, you know, they were hoodwinked, or maybe they feel that they didn't get the kind of service that they wanted, or maybe they feel that, you know, all these people weren't experts. So oftentimes, you know, just being really open and listening and talking to them is the way to go. What I find is, as you go on in your career, you'll have less of this, because you know, you get more confident and you just call people out, or you just say, look, I know that this client is just going to be a nightmare, and you know what? I'm not the person for her. You know, because some clients, even though you kind of turn yourself inside out and upside down, Josephine, some clients may never be happy. And it's not about you. Sometimes it's about them. So
they are the difficult ones, right?
So I think you just have to, it comes with experience too, Josephine. You know, sometimes, no matter how many times we're told these things up front, we have to go through them and learn from them, and then from there we're better going forward.
Yes, I totally agree with you. When I first graduated, my first 12 months, I told myself, I don't think I want to continue as an image consultant, but why are these clients doing this to me? You know, and I say they're pretty crazy. Why are they doing this to me? It's so true, because as you go through your experience, you know, you are more bold. And I often believe also in the law of attraction. When you are fear, you will attract, you know, anything that is ugly to you. But when you are clean yourself, I mean, if you have a clean house, you wouldn't attract, you know, Mickey Mouse, you wouldn't attract cockroaches or what. It's just simple in that sense, right? So at the end of the day, the advice I get from Aileen is, you got to bite the bullet, right? You have to bite the bullet and get yourself more experience as an image consultant. And it's really very true what Aileen say. It's not because of the color. It's perhaps, I would say, the way you talk. I always believe in communications. I was trying to do my lash extension one day, and this girl, there was this lady, I think she is in her early 50s. She did her very nice lash extension. And after that, a pretty young guy came into the salon, and this girl was telling this client, she said, your son is coming to fetch you. And she was like so upset, her face, because that guy turns out to be the boyfriend. You get what I mean? So you don't assume that a younger person could be a son. You can just ask her, somebody is here to fetch you. Do you know this person? So the woman might say, oh, my boyfriend or my son. She will tell you the answer. It's just that it's communication. And sometimes honesty is important, but little white lies, why not? If it doesn't hurt that person, you know what I mean? So yes, in terms of, I would say one thing, talk about color, right? Aileen, I personally, I love style. And I always say color could be the first thing that people, whenever they look at you, color is always the first thing that people come to their mind. Yeah. So to you, Aileen, would you feel that color is something that people focus on, or style it's more important?
Well, my own feel is, in terms of the biggest transformation I can make in somebody in the shortest period of time is to give them the best colors, because we use color in our clothes, in our makeup, in our hair. So like, even if I only have a few minutes, I can transform somebody really quickly. Style takes longer. It takes longer. It takes the client longer to get it, so I find color is magical, and it's one of those things that you can transform somebody in an instant, and it makes all the difference.
Correct. When we talk about color, it's definitely from head to toe. Now, I just came back from Amber Chia. We had, a styling session today. That is why I was like rushing back. And the people that I saw today, they kind of like really transformed, right? They transform, and is it because of the nice dress that was put on them? No, because it has to have the whole package. They do up their hair, their makeup is fabulous, and because of the color, they carry that nice dress in harmony in that sense. So I feel color is not just the dress, it could be the color that we put on the face. You may just wear a dress or some overpowering color, but if you don't put makeup, you just cannot carry the dress very well. So that is why Aileen says the transformation in terms of color. You put a color on the dress and you just add a little bit color on the face is totally different.
Even a lipstick, a lipstick can be absolutely transforming.
Yes. Yeah. And we also look at different countries with different culture, right? What about in Europe, in France? Do they like variation of color? Now, let me tell you, in Malaysia, when I walk out of 10 ladies, 8 of them will be in black. And we always ask them, black is really not my best friend. But though it's not my best friend, when I walked up and checked into my wardrobe, I think I still have 35% of black jackets left, So black to them is a safe color. Now, when we go Bangkok, Thailand, I'm sure today we have a lot of people from Thailand watching us. Yeah. If you are in the land of Thailand, it's an amazing country. And everybody just get crazy over colors. You will not very seldom I hardly almost see people in black or white. They will always be in fiery red, hot magenta. It's not just a lilac. They will put something like, a fuchsia color, very bright colors. So what about in France?
Well, they're very stylish here, Josephine. They're French, they're very,
Yes.
be born with a sense of style. So they have a very good sense of self. They don't really follow fashion. They nearly always know the colors that suit them and the styles that suit them, both the men and the women. So yeah, no wonder I couldn't find clients on the ground, Josephine. They were already perfect. So I had to go online to find clients.
Aileen, they think they are perfect. There will be something because image consulting is not just confined to dressing. A lot of them, I have friends ask me, hey, Joe, as an image consultant, can you make business? I say, why not? Who do you want to be? We are here to help you to transform. So it's not just on the clothes. Even clothes, you may have your own style. Let us tell you what are the perfect colors and the style. And it is also your behavior and your communications. You can wear the best color, you can wear the best style, but if your communications or you do not behave well, I often say don't waste money on expensive dresses. Yeah. I used to go to France, and each time when we arrive at Charles de Gaulle Airport, being a Malaysian, we will wear the most baggy jeans because we want more room. We will be like in a huge t-shirt because all we want is just comfort. Malaysian, we always like comfort. And we just walk down, it's like, you just woke up from your dream. But the girls, the French women, gosh, they will put up their mascara, their cheek color, and it is still at 5:55 a.m. when you reach Charles de Gaulle Airport.
Exactly, Josephine.
What makes the difference?
Every different race is different. When I go to Ireland, they dress differently. When we lived in Singapore, I had to change my whole wardrobe when I moved to the south of France because people in Singapore dress differently. The climate is different. The values here are different. So, but it's great fun. I mean, it's great fun. I love traveling. I love different cultures. And and the online world is really fun because look at this, Josephine. Here we are chatting today. And we lost contact for so many years because we weren't online,
Right.
So,
and I saw you, it's just in fact, it's like a couple of months ago. And so, hey, Aileen, where is she? And because Aileen and Denise, we are all friends, right? So I said, Denise, come on, let's get together. And no, we will be meeting Denise tomorrow, and join Denise and me tomorrow, because Denise.
I would love that, Josephine. I haven't seen Denise since 2008, I would say.
You know, Denise is always the first glance I met. Denise is like, I want to be like this woman, so poised, and you know her sense of dressing.
Yeah.
Whenever I go out shopping with Denise, I know I will get the best style, the best artistry in details when I'm with Denise, right? And
Amazing.
of course, also very strong in color. Aileen is very strong in color. So I really thank you, Aileen, for your time. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Josephine. Really appreciate it.
We will continue to see Aileen, because please join Aileen's new community. Aileen have just started a community where we can learn so much from her, right? Check out Aileen in her Facebook and her Facebook page, right? What's your Facebook page, by the way?
So my Facebook page is just Aileen Lane, but I do have a community specifically for personal stylists and image consultants called Savvy Personal Stylists Online Network. But if you go onto my personal page, you'll find it anyway.
You know, it's so embarrassing. Right at the beginning, I've been calling her Aileen. I didn't know it's actually pronounced as Aileen, right?
It's okay. I answer to anything, Josephine. I'm not fussing.
Right. Aileen, merci beaucoup. Thank you very, very much for your time. We do have learned something from you. Yes. So let all of us stay safe. Keep wearing the mask except when you are not at home. And say hello to your dogs and your hubby, and catch Denise and me tomorrow. And we will address something what we actually talked today. So to all of you who have joined us, thank you very much for staying a good 45-50 minutes with us, because when it gets too long, people get very tired, right? But of course, Aileen will not stop meeting you. Go into her Savvy Stylist community. She is doing a wonderful thing for all of us as image consultants to learn. So we all hold hands and we are all in the same community, right? So thank you, Aileen. Thank you, T, for helping us today, being my producer of the show and the facilitator, right? So we will see T and Denise tomorrow. So any one of you who have any question for Aileen, especially in the business coach part, please drop by either in my wall or Aileen's page. I'm sure she will be more than happy to answer to your questions. Right, Aileen? Merci beaucoup. And thank you very much. Have a fabulous weekend, Aileen.
Thank you, Josephine. You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Right. Okay.